Hi everyone, my name is Michelle and I am the owner of Emose Fashion. I am a fragrance enthusiast and I am also passionate about making luxury accessible to all. So, this is my very first YouTube review and I'm just grateful that you all are watching and you're experiencing this with me. So today I was like, how do I commemorate, making my very first YouTube review? And I was like, nope, there's no better way than reviewing Valaya, which is Parfums de Marly's latest release. So this fragrance came out about 2 weeks ago, but it's not in like your major department stores such as Bloomingdale's yet, but it will be on February 1st. But this video will be out right before then. So I just wanted to give you all a little bit of my opinion and what my experience is with the fragrance. So number one, let's just look at the packaging. So the packaging, I would say, is really beautiful. It's quite different from the others, even though it's, in a white box. Though it's in a white box, silver detailing, and it's a different texture. Miliora, just to do a side-by-side, is another fragrance from Parfums de Marly. And you see the texture is different, but it has a gold detailing. But today, we're going to focus on Valaya, the newest baddie to the collection, okay? All right, so Valaya. If you see the advertising for Valaya, you'll see that it's very delicate. Like there's this aura around like the model. You'll see a lot of white linen, a lot of soft touches, but also sensual. And I think it really matches the fragrance in that sense, because this is more of a airy, citrusy, clean, linen type of fragrance, but it does have musk, so it gives it some depth. So I think the advertising definitely matches that. So upon spraying, I would say for me, the first notes that I noticed was the white peach, the orange flower, and the musk. And just to give you a little bit of background, I wore this fragrance for about 2 days. I didn't wear it today, but I wore it for 2 days just so that I could give you a very accurate description of the fragrance. And I would say that number one, like I just said, those are the first notes that I noticed. But the opening is gorgeous. You get that burst of fruit. I would even say you get a burst of like that white floral vibe. So you get a burst of the citrus from the white peach and the mandarin, and then you get the musk. And there isn't any lavender in this fragrance, but I also get that in the opening. And I think it's really just maybe how they compose the fragrance. Some identify this as a fruity floral fragrance. I don't necessarily agree, given the freshness of it as well. Is this a spring fragrance, summer fragrance, all year round? For all 4 seasons, depending on where you are. I personally think that you could wear this all year round throughout the different seasons, but again, it depends on your preference. I do see how it could be a spring and summer fragrance, like I said, given that citrusy vibe, that burst of orange flower that you get, and mandarin, and that white peach. But again, I definitely see myself, I could see myself, in the springtime wearing a white button-down shirt, maybe a boyfriend fit, baggy light blue denim, and some pumps, high heels, sandals. And I could definitely say with beautiful sunglasses, hair pulled back. It's very much that type of scent. It's one of those scents that it announces itself, but you're not trying too hard. It has some depth to it, even though it's soft, light, and citrusy. So if you're into that, I think this might be a fragrance you might want to try. But this fragrance costs $355, not including tax. So I actually don't recommend you blind buying, being that it's a complex fragrance. It's not linear. Throughout the day, it evolves with your body chemistry. And just to give you an example, so when I wore it, it was more citrusy on me than when I sprayed it on someone else. So that opening that I was just talking about, that's beautiful and bright, and it has so much so much depth to it. That opening didn't last long on me. It lasted for about 2 to 3 hours, but it lasted longer on someone else. And that's not to say this is not a long lasting fragrance, because it did last, for a total of 6 to 7 hours, but it evolves. So even though it lasts, it didn't last, like that opening did not last. Later on, it evolved into a very citrusy, earthy fragrance on my skin. But then on the other person that I sprayed it, it evolved to a sweeter and muskier fragrance. I was actually like kind of mad. I'm like, look at this. Look at this. It smells better on you than me. But it's still a beautiful fragrance. So again, that's why I recommend that you try it and just see how it, works with your body chemistry. I do not recommend that you blind buy it. If possible, go to the store, go to the boutique, and check it out for yourself and see how it works with your body chemistry and if it's something that you truly love. I don't want to mislead anyone. So yeah, that's my main recommendation. Try it for yourself. This is just how it works on my skin and on my clothes and in my environment. Okay. So yes, I do think that this could be worn in the winter, in addition to spring and summer. I don't think it just has to be a summer or spring fragrance, although, a lot of folks are, labeling it labeling it as that type of fragrance. Now, in regards to gender, I know a lot of people have been saying that it's leaning feminine. I do agree to the extent that, again, it has that musky vibe to it, but I do see how it could be unisex. Again, it all depends on your body chemistry. If depending on the person, they may actually be more citrusy than musky or citrusy than sweet. So it really just depends on your body chemistry. So I think that's something that, you should definitely check out. And let me just take time to go over the notes. I realized I didn't do that. So the top notes are white peach, mandarin orange, bergamot. It also has aldehydes in it. I am not sure how to pick up that note. So if you're able to do it, let me know. Please comment in the comment section and let me know what you think. Like, is it strange? I personally did not pick it up. I think it's just the way that it was, composed. I literally just was able to pick up a lot of the citrus notes and again the musk. Back to the notes again. So I already told you what the top notes are. The middle notes are orange blossom, lily of the valley, vetiver, and nympheal. Okay, and then the base notes are musk, Ambrofix, and Akigalwood. Okay, so, and that's what gives it the depth. That's the base notes. Okay, so those are the notes for the fragrance. And I would say too, whether this is a nighttime, daytime fragrance, I think it could be an all-day fragrance. I would prefer for a daytime fragrance because at night I prefer, a more deep, a deep, darker scent. But again, it just depends on you and what your personal preference is. Okay, so this is a really great fragrance. But again, like I said, I don't recommend that you blind buy. I think this is something that you should try before you buy. I knew that I was going to like the fragrance because I love musk and I love white peach as well. Just to give you some context, just to see if this review may relate to what you like and what your taste. I'm a Delina exclusive girl. I prefer that fragrance above all others in the, in the fragrance house. I think Delina exclusive is beautiful. It has depth, it has body, it has personality, but it's still very feminine and sweet. So I really love that fragrance. And if you love that fragrance, I think this is something that you want to try. Again, this is obviously a cleaner fragrance. It's not as floral as Delina exclusive, but I think it's something that's worth trying. Okay, so that is my review of the fragrance, and I'm curious, let me know what you think. Try it out. Please rush to the comment section. Let me know, how long did the fragrance last on you? Do you enjoy it? Any regrets, what your comparisons are, what are your faves? I'm curious. I want to know. I really do. So when you get a chance, please enter the comment box. Also, let me know what other fragrances you would love for me to review, and I would definitely do that. Okay, so again, I love this fragrance. I think it is beautiful. I think it's also something that could be worn in the office. It's clean enough to be worn in the office. But especially if you want something that's light, but even though it's light, you still have a presence, okay, with this fragrance. It's not so light that, you know, the fragrance disappears. It doesn't disappear. You literally just have a beautiful cloud and aroma around you. So folks will notice that you have it on. You will notice that you have it on. Okay, although that opening encounter doesn't last for a very long time, the fragrance is definitely still on. So I would say definitely check it out. Like I said, again, it depends on your body chemistry. When I asked someone, I'm like, how does this smell on me? And this was after like 6 hours. I got like a fresh basil type of scent. And I'm like, that's not fair, because that is not fair at all. Okay, because I'm smelling the peach. I smell the peach on someone else. Why do I have to smell like fresh basil? Okay. But then I tried it on, you know, the second day, and that wasn't the case. So again, you know, it's really a personal experience, personal opinion. Check it out. Thank you so much for watching my very first fragrance review here on YouTube. Take care and God bless.